If you're a Florida fan, this is terrible news to say the least, and if you're Billy Napier, you're sweating bullets. You are. I can't speak for you, and I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. But if this were my favorite team, yes, I'd be worried. Not even just 100%, 105%. The season is a month away. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you had a great start to your week. Hope all of you had a great Tuesday. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, what in the world is going on with DJ Lagway and the Florida Gators? Well, I'll tell you what's going on, partner. They got a problem on their hands outside of the program already not being in TV top shape. I'm talking about heading into this season with their quarterback, star quarterback at that. Let's get one thing straight. The only, and I mean the only reason Florida fans have some hope is because of DJ Lagway. I think we can all agree on that. Some people would argue and say, heck, I remember talking about it last year. The only reason the boosters and whoever kept Billy Napier around is because of Lagway. He got him to come to Florida, and he's the future. He's going to change his program, yada, 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 all that nice stuff. And with the season being exactly right at 1 month away, oh, I can't wait, but don't even get me started on all of that. Florida, they may have an issue on their hands. We're going to be talking about that in today's video. First things first, though, I have to address this. On Instagram, one of y'all have been sending me a reel every single day. Not every other day, every single day. It is from a pizza shop. I don't even understand the correlation there. I digress. But the text over the video says, send this to a good boy. And most recently, the new text says, send this to a good girl. I'm going to show you one of the video clips. Matt wrote a clip. I'm not going to say his last name, but I'm going to say your first name, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Jacob, stop sending this to me. Oh, and then look at this comment on the recent video. What is this guy making videos? I think I'm going to say, why is this guy making videos? Shouldn't he be trying to stop Superman or something? I'm not going to hold you. At first, I didn't get it. But now I do. For those of you that may be confused like I was when I first started reading this, in other words, to dumb this down, he's calling me Lex Luthor. Sometimes in life you get got, and there's nothing to say. There's no rebuttal. You just got to keep it pushing, and that's what I'm going to do. Moving along here, though, to the Florida Gators. Whew, they are an interesting team. I don't think people talked enough about last year's team, the 2024 Florida Gators, enough. I think they should have got more recognition due to the fact they were better than what a lot of people give them credit for. Granted, their lows were really low, but their highs were really high. When you take away the blowout losses to Miami, Texas, and I know the Georgia game really wasn't that close, look at what they did. A&M ran away with that one, but they had Tennessee beat. They should have won that game. If Graham Mertz stays in the game, they win easily. Even with Mertz going out, though, I thought they should have won the game. Not going to talk about that too much. And then you get past the Georgia and Texas loss. They ended the year on a 4-game winning streak. Upset LSU. That's a great win. Upset Ole Miss. That's a great win. By the way, with their backup quarterback Lagway, not their starter, they beat the Seminoles. I'm not going to say too much about that because the Seminoles were awful. They went 2-10. And then they crushed Tulane. Take everything into account. Florida, the roster, not the best in the SEC. You finish the year with a backup quarterback, and you still at 8-5. Not too shabby, if you could ask me. I say all that to say this. The Florida Gators were taking a ton, and they currently are taking a ton of momentum into the 2025 season. Because look at how they ended. And I believe that is one thing that can be true. If you end your previous year on a great note, you win the bowl game. Oh yeah, it's just a boost of confidence for everybody in that locker room. The coaching staff, the players, everybody associated and affiliated with them. And it's vice versa. If you start the year on great and you end it on a sour note, that can affect the following season. Outside the Gators ending the season on a 4-game winning streak, the one thing everybody was super high on heading into our current season we're about to get into is the man, the myth, the legend himself, DJ Lagway. Not to disrespect the surrounding cast, I'm not going to say he is the only reason. It's more so if he is the main reason. If people are high on the Florida Gators, they're high on them. And I understand why. It's something I preach on this channel. It doesn't matter what level you're playing at. NFL, college, varsity, JV, middle school, Pee Wee football. You will only go as far as your quarterback can and will take you. Occasionally, you'll see a team have some monsters defense where the quarterback doesn't have to do all too much, like maybe a Stetson DoorDash Bennett or an A.J. McCarron, a Greg McElroy at Alabama. But still, even if you have a quote-unquote game manager, J.J. McCarthy, they got to go out there and make plays. It's the most important position on the field because every single time, well, unless it's like a wildcat formation, on offense, the ball's going to touch his hands. And you can sit up here all you want and call McCarthy a game manager, Stetson Dordash Bennett a game manager, A.J. McCarron, and there's a few others you could throw in there. You get the point. But at the end of the day, all of those guys, every single quarterback for every single team, even if they're only throwing the ball 7, 8, 9, 10 times per game, they've had to make some huge and clutch plays. To win big games, close games, SEC games, your quarterback, you can be a run-heavy offense, but your quarterback is going to have to make at bare minimum 3 to 4 outstanding throws. I think you get my point with that. We've established it. You're only going to go as far as your quarterback can take you, especially if you're a team like Florida where you're not as talented as Alabama. You're not as talented as the Georgia Bulldogs. Heck, I don't know if they're as talented as, man, maybe they are, like a Tennessee, LSU, teams like that. Here's where I'm going at with that. Lagway doesn't have the talent surrounding him like he's at Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, schools like that, which means he's going to have to perform at an even higher level compared to those quarterbacks like a Will Howard or a Quinn Ewers. For example, Will Howard, Quinn Ewers, it makes it 10 times easier to do your job as a quarterback to hit your wide receivers when they're running 15 yards open and you got a Jeremiah Smith. And believe it or not, Lagway is more than capable of pulling out a Johnny Manziel-esque performance and upsetting some teams and winning a game dang near by himself. I saw it last year with my own 2 eyes. He has the talent to be an outstanding college quarterback. I don't think there's any debate about that whatsoever. But here's why we're making this video today, and everything I've shared with you leads me up to the focal point of this video. If you're a Florida fan, this is terrible news to say the least, and if you're Billy Napier, you're sweating bullets. You are. I don't know how to ease into this. I'm just going to show you the official report. Lagway, he's hurt. Keep in mind, during spring practice, he was recovering from a shoulder injury. Now, he's walking in a boot. It is being reported that this is, and I quote, a minor lower leg injury. I can't speak for you, and I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. But if this were my favorite team, yes, I'd be worried. Not even just 100%, 105%. The season is a month away. And let me clarify, because I know you're going to have Timothy and Bobby run into the comment section. But Matt, he's just in a boot. We see it during the season where a player misses a couple weeks and they bounce back. He's going to be fine for week 1, week 2. He's going to be okay. He's not going to miss any time. That's not what I'm worried about. You got to look at the bigger picture. What I'm worried about is, number 1, and a little foreshadowing, I'll get to this in just a second, it's looking like our boy Lagway is a little injury prone. That is a real thing, believe it or not. And then number 2, I'm worried about how this is going to affect him later on in the season, because minor, quote-unquote, minor injuries, they don't just go away. They normally linger around dang near your entire career. And if you are either A, currently an athlete, or B, you're a former athlete, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They don't go away. If you've ever rolled your ankle, man, that ankle's going to bother you the next couple years, if not your entire career. I'll give you a great example. Y'all remember Tua Tagovailoa, one of the best quarterbacks in Alabama history? What really hurt his legacy, not just at Alabama, but also as a college football player in general? It's why we don't talk about him as one of the all-time greats. Injuries. Remember when Tua came back early from that injury? For those of you who don't know, he did come back early. What happened? He got hurt again. I'm not wishing this upon him. I hate injuries. I wish they weren't a real thing, but as we know, life isn't fair. They're a part of the game. I guarantee you this. Lagway's going to be dealing with this injury the entire season. Granted, it may be minimal, but there's going to be flare-ups, and he may be hindering towards one leg. It's something to pay attention to. This also just hit me. If other teams know, hey, your right leg's injured, they got the scouting report. Where do you think they're going to be targeting when they see you in the open field? You don't got to be a rocket scientist to answer that question. They're going at your injured leg. No, it's some of you sitting here saying, come on, Matt. I think you're gassing us up a little too much, buddy, and you may be right. Maybe I am. I just find it really peculiar that Lagway has barely even played, and he's always hurt. Every time I see a report on this guy, he's hurt. Even though maybe a quote-unquote minor injury, it's something. I haven't even looked at Florida's schedule. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, he's questionable for week 1. Let's check it out. All right, week 1, they play LIU. Is that Long Island? The Long Island University Sharks. I'm going to say again, Long Island University Sharks. Is this for real? Okay, so you can pretty much sit them that game. Then you got USF, which I don't know. They gave Alabama a run for their money last year. You may need them for that one, but I give you that. You could probably win that with your backup quarterback. But then, week 3, you got the LSU Fighting Tigers, Miami. This is a brutal schedule, yeah. You're going to need him back ASAP. I don't think he's going to miss a couple weeks. We're just talking about hypotheticals here. Calm down. I have to go back to this. I'm not concerned about him not playing in week 1, week 2, week 3. I'm concerned about this injury lingering around. Let's just clarify, because remember, Tua's like, no, I'm healthy. No, I'm good. They put him out there and boom, just like that, he gets hurt. And the thing with Tua is he had so many injuries he was battling through. He was trying to protect one injury, and then he suffered another major one. Hopefully this is a nothing burger, but injuries are not anything to play around with. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts on all this down below. But